Okay, so good morning. I didn't do any more yesterday. Reference to the last video on building this equipment rack for Candy. We got involved in playing some cards over at a neighbor's house and some game called Swoosh. I'd never played that before, but it was fun, and it was even more fun because I won. So anyway, here it is the next day, and we want to finish this equipment rack today if we can. We got to make a trip to Harbor Freight. Actually, Candy wanted to make a trip to Harbor Freight, which kind of surprised me, because usually I have to beg her to go inside. She wants to sit in the car. But yeah, she's like, let's go to Harbor Freight today. So she's got something on her mind. I'm not sure what it is, but I guess we'll find out later on. So what I've been doing is I've been cutting these rods up using my DeWalt bandsaw, cordless bandsaw, 20 volt. And I cut them up into 7-inch. It's all I had. And I had just enough to put them on the tree. And I kind of rounded off the edge a little bit. And I cleaned them up with some acetone. So the plan is to install them like that. You know, you get the picture, as even and as close to the same as we can get. And then I need to drill some more holes to put on this side and the back side here. And we'll weld it up, get a top plate put on. I'm gonna even try to weld on a few towel holders with the equipment rack. You'll see. So there's our base, and we'll try to finish this project today in only one more video. I promise. So I got 6 more holes to drill, basically. Before we can tack this down to the base. So we'll get it measured up and drilled out. So we'll make these 1 foot. Three on each side. Because these holes are bigger than the rod, they don't have to be exactly the center. I can center them up more right before I weld them down. I'll get some acetone and wipe this oil off of these holes here so I can weld them up. You know, I didn't even pick up a torch or have anything to do with welding at all until I was 63, like halfway through 63. And the reason I did that, I decided I probably should learn some basic welding skills, is I found myself taking things to the welding shop and having them repaired. And it got kind of pricey. I mean, when I got the item back again, it was fixed and it was workable, but it got kind of costly too. So I thought, I remembered back when I was a kid, I had this favorite uncle, and he had this dune buggy, and he let me ride it, and I took off tearing ass through the woods, and I hit a stump, and I just busted the frame up. And I was like, oh God, oh no, oh no, oh no, what am I gonna do? I was like, we're so upset because it just busted that thing right in half, the frame, like the axle or something. So I kind of limped it back, you know, fearing the worst. And he took a look at it. He's like, oh no, that's not a big deal. I'll just weld that up again. We'll get right back at it. And it wasn't like an hour later, he had that thing fixed and we were back at it. So that was in the back of my mind, and I actually thought of that. I thought, how cool is that, you know, to have that ability just to fix something within an hour and be back on the road. So yeah, it's kind of nice to be able to, if not do that, just have the ability to do it. So I'm gonna get this cleaned up. Just get that oil off of there. Okay, so we have 14 holes drilled in 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, exactly 14 rods. You know, I lucked out on that because that's all I had of this thickness of steel for these rods. So yeah, it worked out. Okay, that's how it's gonna start to look. I'm gonna warm it up in here and go have some coffee and come back later and knock it out. Just put a little heat to it, get some of the water out of it. All right, we got it tacked. All right, I'm happy with that. We'll get it welded up. All right, looks good. This is another reason why it's really good to have a whole bunch of assorted different magnets. Well, if it'll fit. Yeah, it fits. Okay. You see how I can just barely stick a torch in there and tack it. Okay, I figured out that that standing it up thing is not going to work. This will be a lot more accurate. I think that was the hard part, I think. Okay, that went together pretty fast. We just have to cap it. Easy enough. I'll tell you what, when it's this cold out, like it is today, even with the heater going full blast in here, it don't take long to get really cold. I guess it could kind of affect your welds, but for a project like this, it just needs to be functional, right? Which this certainly is. So she can hang stuff on here to her heart's content. I got about 1 million clip-offs in here now. Okay, maybe not 1 million, probably 100 wire clippings. So I'm going to cut a piece of steel with my portable bandsaw, stick it right on the end here. Alright, I have this smaller piece of steel here. We'll just stick it like that and then fill in the gaps with weld. Get this baby tacked down, welded up. Sometimes you just gotta move real fast when you're doing filler like that, so it don't melt away the steel. Just need something to cap it off so that condensation and stuff don't get down in there. Okay, time to go to Harbor Freight. You can see I flapped out the top, rounded it off a little bit, but it's capped off. I used to flap disc. But it came out real nice, I think. Just need to paint it up. Which I'll do when we get back. So, yeah, talk to you later. You know, it was $30 off right now at Harbor Freight. $160 now, $129. And up until now, I didn't really have any way to, well, you know, you can weld sheet metal and stuff like that with a welder. I know you can. I think it would be easier with one of these though, which I do not have. Which looks like I'm going to have to buy a plug for. So, we have us a 240 volt spot welder. I mean, we do after I get a plug for it. Which hopefully will be awesome. And I bought a little puck light, which I sure could have used this morning, because that little light I have isn't enough. This has got a magnet on it, and I could just stick it right on the metal. So, yeah, I wish I had that this morning. I think this just takes some bad yep, 3 AA batteries. Let's see how it works. which we happen to have. This was 17 bucks, which I thought was pretty good on Amazon. I mean, the reviews were good. We'll see. But it sticks. It sticks. Sticks pretty good. That's good. All right. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty good. Wow. All right. Now we can have more light, swoosh it around like that. Yeah, I needed that. I could even stick it on my ventilator. See that? Okay. Money well spent, I think. That's nice just to be able to stick it to the garage door like that. So, I haven't read any of the reviews or anything on this at all. But this is just another thing to have in your armory, right? We'll figure it out, and then down the road we'll use it and at some point. Right now, we need to paint Candy's new equipment stand black. Well, I'm going to call it done. Like my Viking war chest, it's still a little bit tacky to the touch. Sometimes that oil-based paint it takes a while to dry. So we'll see if Candy likes it.
Ta-da! It's done, and it's perfect. So now I can hang up all my little gadgets get it off the floor and clean up a shelf. So, it's just like when you go to the gym, when you have like a cable machine, they have a little area where all the little accessories are. And then you just grab them and do what you do with them. Perfect. It's stable. It matches everything nice. And now I don't have to I thought about putting all this stuff in like a little basket, but then I'd have to filter through everything to try to find what I wanted. Don't have to now. And this universal type of, it's called Parabody, but it's like universal machine. It's got these little things that you can take off and on, depending on what exercise you want to do. And I've been using it a lot. And I like it, because I started kind of like, I do a lot of gardening. I was taking care of my animals, which we don't have anymore. But I wasn't getting any strength training, so this has really helped me get my strength back up. Because you think, oh, I'm out there gardening, I'm shoveling and stuff. No. So it was so nice that we were gifted this, but now it's even better now. I got a tree stand, if that's what they're called. So look at that, it's perfect. And every time I envision something, it's so different than what he makes. It's always better, obviously, because he makes it so well. It's just wonderful. A gift to me. Thanks for watching.